Hello everyone and welcome to another yoga practice. Today we're going to be doing a more gentle flow. So if you're dealing with shoulder injuries or maybe wrist injuries, this is perfect for you. We'll still be moving from posture to posture and trying to find that flow, and you'll still be challenged, but it will be less focus on the upper body. So we are going to use some blocks today. If you don't have yoga blocks at home, don't sweat it. I have actually found that like these little deli containers work just as good. The only thing is if you're going to use the deli containers, sometimes they have ridges on the top that are like a little irritating. We're going to be using them on our forearms. So I just also have a towel here, just to soften it up a little bit. You can use two if you want to. You can just place the towel over top. So if we're leaning on it like that, I hope you can see that. I'm going to back up. If we're leaning on them like that, it's not going to hurt your forearms too much. I feel like when we do these at-home workouts, you just got to get a little creative with what you have or what you don't have at home. So yoga blocks if you have them, Tupperware containers if you don't. So take a moment, maybe press pause, go grab what you need, and meet me back here. So once you're all set, you're just going to place your props at the top of your mat just so they're handy, whether they're blocks or containers, and then just keep that towel handy if you're using the containers. You don't need it if you have blocks. Okay, so we're going to start in child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together in the back, hips all the way back if you can, and then walk those arms forward. Big long stretch through the arms. Maybe you're already feeling this in the shoulders. If you have those shoulder injuries, like I said before, you can just keep the arms soft, or you can even bring them by your side. Bring the forehead to touch the mat. I like to keep my arms long, but again, find what works for you. Big deep breaths into the belly here. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. And then with each breath, see if you can find a deeper breath. So you're going to try to find it down into the belly. Maybe you feel it in the back. I do if you have a tight back. Try to find it, all that breath, stretching out, maybe even stretching out the core, opening up the lungs, opening up the ribs. Allow each breath to be different. Find it somewhere else. Two more breaths here, following your breath as it comes in through the nose, filling up the belly, filling up the lungs, maybe filling up the back, and then following that breath as it comes out through the nose, emptying the belly, emptying the lungs. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, lift the forehead up off the mat, take your gaze forward, lift the hips, and then walk those knees underneath your hips. I'm going to slide those blocks or the deli containers. I'm going to use the deli containers just to show you that they work just as well as the blocks. You're going to place the forearms down. You want the elbows to be right underneath the shoulders. Arms can be long. You can take your hands in fists. You can clasp the hands, whatever feels good. I'm just going to keep energy through my fingertips. On an inhale, send the tailbone up, the belly down. Collarbone spread, chin away from the chest. Exhale, rounding through the back, tailbone down, belly rises, shoulders spread, chin to the chest. Inhale, arching through the spine for cow. Exhale, rounding through the spine for cat. Keep moving like that, inhaling as you arch. Exhaling as you round. Find the pace that works good for you here. You don't have to go at the same time as me if you want to move a little faster or maybe a little slower. It's all about just finding what feels good for you and trying to follow the breath. And then maybe doing a little wiggle around here, stretching out through the sides, maybe taking circles of the ribs. Oh, that always feels good for me. And then we're gonna start to wake up the body here. Start to warm ourselves up. I'm gonna extend the right leg back. Nice and strong and straight energy through that back heel. You're gonna lift the right leg up off the floor without twisting in the hips. So try not to let that right hip rise. Both hips side by side. You can take a peek down, check out those hips. Point the toes and then bring the eyes straight. So the head and neck is in line with the spine. Staying here, inhaling. On your exhale, you're gonna round into the back. Try to reach the knee toward your nose. See how close it can get. Inhale, lengthen. Stretch that leg back. Exhale, round. Warming up the front of the core here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. 2 more, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Hold here for 5. Rounding more, 4. I'm shaking, 3, 2, and 1. Extend that right leg back, inhale. Plant the toes. You're gonna spin the left shin, pull the toe out towards the left, open up the hips towards the right, and then stretch that right arm up. Now, if this is too much on the shoulders, you can keep both arms down. Trying to wake up the side body here. Maybe float that right leg up. Holding here, whoop, balance, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, you're gonna take that right knee in towards your chest. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. This is warming up my hips too. Last one, inhale. Exhale, knee to the chest. And then plant it back down. Both elbows back on those blocks or containers. Left leg back. Square those hips, take a peek. Make sure the hips are even side by side and then float that left leg up. Holding here, square shoulders. And you're gonna try to pull the belly up and away from the mat. So try not to let the back arch and let the belly sink. Keep pulling up. Point the toes, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round into the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. See how close you can get your knee to that nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. 2 more, inhaling. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Holding here for 5. Find the shake, 4. Breathing, 3. Closer, 2. And 1. Inhale, stretch that left leg back. Exhale, toes down. You're gonna slide the right foot out to the right, opening that shin, opening the hips. When you're ready, left arm floats up. Or you stay on both hands, right? Find what works for you always. Holding here, or lifting the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and point the toes on 1. Inhale, exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale. Oh, my elbow shaking you through. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, knee to the chest. Plant the knee. Plant the forearm down. Whew. Breathe, little press back into child's pose. Lock those hands onto the blocks. Let the hips melt back. Take the eyes forward. Just gonna move those blocks or the containers out to the side and slide forward onto the belly. I'm gonna slide the forearms so that they're parallel with each other. Elbows coming again right underneath the shoulders, finding Sphinx posture. Pull the elbows or shoulders and elbows back, like you could slide your heart forward through the gateway of the shoulders. Open up. Holding here for 5, breathing. Let's try to engage those legs. All 10 toes, try to feel all 10 toes down onto the mat. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the heels. Try not to arch into the low back, but find it in the upper back. One more breath here. And then lower down. Elbows come out to the side. Forehead comes down to touch the mat. Keeping the arms where they are. Maybe they come behind your head or maybe they just stay by your ears. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Warming up the back. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. No pressure on those hands. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Slide the hands by your side. I'm going to press into the hands just gently. You can always make fists if the wrists won't bend here. Press all the way up and back to your child's pose. Just a little stretch out for that low back real quick. We're going to come back onto your blocks or onto those containers. Coming back onto the forearms, so if you're using the container, again, just give yourself some protection here. Now, make sure those blocks are nice and even with the shoulders, not too wide, not too narrow. You're going to tuck the toes and lift the knees to hover. Now, if those deli containers aren't real sturdy here, be careful. You got to use your chest muscles to keep the arms stable. And then you're going to start to lift those knees up towards the ceiling. I like to walk my legs in a little bit closer here for downward facing dog. Now, if the shoulders are tight or sensitive here, keep the knees bent. Keep them as bent as you need them. Breathe in and out through the nose for 1. Again for 2. Maybe those legs start to move towards straight. Last 1. Soften the knees. Nice and easy, slowly walking up to the top of the mat. Oh, I'm going to come up onto my hands. It's hard there. Move the blocks out to the side. Reach the hands forward. Inhale, bend deep into the knees. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last 1. Inhale, bend. And exhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Head and shoulders are heavy. Tailbone lengthens down. Ribs come up, shoulders roll onto the back, and then the chin lifts away from the chest. Breathe. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Release tension in the neck. 1 deep breath here, standing tall in Tadasana. Moving through our modified Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the blocks, shins or floor. Maybe using those blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the blocks, floor or shin. Inhale, lift, halfway. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's keep it moving. Bend deep into the legs. Sit the hips back. All 10 toes should be visible to you from the front. If the knees are hiding the toes, just slide those hips back. Sweep the arms forward and up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Now as the arms lift, the back wants to arch. Now try to fight that arch in the back by pulling the belly muscles tight, sending the tailbone down towards the heels. Try not to let those shoulders shrug up towards your ears. Holding here, 1 more breath, see if you can sink a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to fingertips. Step the left leg back. I'm pausing here just for a moment. Find the stance that works for you. So I like to be nice and wide, but maybe you look more like this. That's okay, right? Find what feels good for you. Just in all of that, making sure that the knee stays over the ankle. So you don't want the knee to surpass the ankle forward here. Want to make sure that shin is straight up and down, perpendicular with the floor. Breathe. Might feel a little stretch into the hip flexor here. And the back foot's gonna spin down about 45 degrees. So it's on a 45-degree angle. Hips are trying to stay as square as they can to the top of the mat. Fire up those legs, press down into the feet. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Both shoulders trying to point towards the top of the mat. Both hips trying to do the same. Now that left hip's gonna wanna open a little bit. Just keep pulling it forward. Try to keep those hips side by side. One more breath here. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot, spin the back heel up. Inhale, big step forward to the top of the mat, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot back. Pausing here for a moment, finding that space and length that's good for you. Finding that left shin nice and straight up and down, knees right over the ankle. Stretch into that right hip. I like to shift forward and back just a little bit. I think it feels good. When you're ready, spin the back heel down 45 degrees. So we're trying to ground down through the outer edge of that back foot. Press down through the feet, fire up the legs. Inhale, arms up. Both hips trying to stay as square to the front of the mat. Both shoulders trying to stay as square to the front of the mat as they can. Strengthen through the arms. Relax the neck and shoulders. Breathe. So tension and fire is really in the legs here, not so much into the upper body. Just lengthening through the arms. One more breath. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot, spin the back heel up. Inhale, step forward, lengthen through the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Check out those feet, make sure they're nice and parallel. Bend deep into the knees, sweep those arms forward and up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe. Setting the hips down, 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 down as far as they'll go, and then trying to lift the chest up and away from the thighs. Holding here for 3. Strong arms, relax neck. Last one. Exhale, come to stand, hands to heart center. Taking that same sequence, we're gonna move just a little faster, following your breath. Here we go. Inhale, sit back into your chair, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the blocks or floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step the left foot back. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, spin the back heel up. Inhale, step forward, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, spin the back heel up. Inhale, step forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, inhale, arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. One more set, right into it. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot back. Heel down, inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Spin the back heel up. Inhale, step forward, flat back. Exhale, right foot back. Heel down, inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, heel up. Inhale, step forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand. Whew. Hands to heart center. Pause here for a moment, close the eyes. With the thumbs against the chest, just noticing the heart rate. Maybe it's started to pick up pace. Try to slow the heart down by slowing the breath down. Flutter the eyes open, bring the arms down by your side. Take a peek down at your feet. Make sure all 10 toes are pointing forward. If you're like me, you have a tendency to turn your toes out. So turning all 10 toes forward might feel a little pigeon-toed for you. Just make sure the middle toe is lined up with the middle of the ankle, right? Now, bring the arms down by your side. Lift that chin back up if you're still down staring at your feet. And then try to find the weight even between the balls of the feet and the heels of the feet. Try to feel all 10 toes evenly pressing down into the mat. Now try to find even weight distribution between the outer edge of the foot and the inner edge of the foot. So the whole foot is even, sharing all of the weight. Now, without moving those feet, hug the shins in towards midline. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Now, hugging those shins in towards midline, you might feel the inner thighs fire up. Hopefully you do. Keep that, right? Now, keep those strong, engaged inner thighs firing up and in, and now rotate them in and back, as if you're trying to pigeon toe the feet even more, right? And notice what that does to the hips and to the low back. You might have created a little bit more space there. You might be shaking, quivering a little bit. I am. That's okay. It means you're firing up. That's good. Creating space in the tailbone area, right? In the sacrum area where a lot of us are tight. And then to lengthen the tailbone, instead of squeezing the butt like we normally would, use the low belly. So you're going to try to pull the pubic bone up towards your navel so that the tailbone lengthens. So inner thighs are in, spiraling in and back. Tailbone's lengthening down by the belly muscles. Keep all that. Legs are strong now. We're going to start firing up the core. Imagine the front ribs. Draw them in towards each other as if you could knit them together. Pull them in and notice what that does to the belly. Fires up the whole front of the core. Now, try not to let that constrict your breath. Right? Breathing still easy and slow. Now, without letting that go in the front of the body, draw the shoulder blades together on the back. Slide the chin back 1/2 inch and lengthen through the back of the neck. Maybe close those eyes once again if they've come open. And just feel this sensation. All the bones in proper alignment by engaging the muscles around them. Breathe. As often as you can, try to come back to this posture while we're moving through yoga, when we come to Tadasana, maybe even when you're standing in the backyard. Breathe. Who knew just standing still would be so hard? One more breath. Now try to keep all of that engaged. Flutter the eyes open, rotate the palms out, and then reach the arms up overhead. Belly's gonna have to fire up even stronger here. Try not to let the ribs open. One more breath, inhale. And then on an exhale, you're gonna bend into the arms. We call this cactus. Lift the sternum towards the ceiling and let it all go. Should feel really good. Find this mini back bend here. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna start our flow. We're gonna move kind of slow the first time around, then we'll pick up pace as we go. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Eyes straight in front of you. Find a gazing point, eye height or maybe slightly lower. Shift your weight into the right foot. Take the left knee into your chest. Balance. Okay, so energy through that left foot. Whether you like to point your toes or flex your ankle, that's all fine. Just pulling up with that left knee as high as it will go. Breathe. Holding here for 3. Relax the shoulders and neck too. Lengthen the arms, last one. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, palms touch. And you're gonna start to bend into that right leg. The eyes and chest are gonna start to go forward, tipping the chest forward like your back's on a 45-degree angle. Now, knees are going to come towards each other if you're still bending into that left leg. Left foot still pointed or flexed, energy through that foot, holding here, holding for 3. Right leg shaking, 2. And 1, extend the left leg back towards the back of the mat and then gently lower the toes down. We're gonna keep the chest flying in this 45-degree angle. Reach the arms back like airplane arms. Palms come down. Lots of squeezing in the upper back here. You're gonna try to pull the belly up and away from that front thigh. Breathe. Fire up the legs, fire up the core, fire up the upper back. Head and neck in line with the spine, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Keep that engagement in the upper back. Start to twist your eyes and your shoulders to the right. Left arm down, right arm up. Find your twist. Adjust your stance if you need to. Right arm straight up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulder onto your back. Breathing to try not to let the head flap down or overly engage up. Nice and long through the neck. Reach the right fingertips to the back of the room, inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. You're going to catch the block or the deli container, whichever you're using, and slide it as far forward as you can. You're going to shift your weight into that right foot. Lift the left leg up. And you're going to try to turn both hips to open to the side wall. Flex into the left foot. And you're going to reach the left arm up when you're ready. Now, for balance sake, eyes should stay down if you're wobbling a little bit here. If you feel really strong and you want to challenge yourself, take your eyes to the side wall. Or maybe even up towards the top hand, holding for 3. Breathing 2 and 1. Hanging here in half moon, nice and steady. Bring the left hand onto your hip. Bend into the right leg. Big, graceful, smooth step to the back of the mat with the left leg. Whoa, right into warrior 2. Graceful, right? Breathing here. Finding that nice, deep, strong bend into the front leg. And strong lengthening through the back leg. So all 5 of my right toes pointing forward to the top of the mat. All 5 of my left toes pointing to the long side of the mat. Breathing here. Sometimes I just have to remind myself to be quiet. Inhale. Exhale. Keep bending into that right leg, even if it's getting tired, you can do it. Okay, so option 1 here, I'm just gonna turn so you can see me. You're gonna give yourself a hug, right? If those shoulders and wrists are injured, be careful with yourself, be gentle with yourself, give yourself a nice hug. If you wanna take it up a notch, bring those arms back out, and then you're gonna bring the elbows to touch. Elbows and forearms, palms can come together. That's a little bit more stretching in the shoulders, a little bit more engagement in the chest. Option 3, arms out. This time you're gonna cross at the elbows, bring the backs of your hands together. So more stretching in the shoulders, but not a whole lot of wrist action here. If you wanna go even further, you're gonna cross again at the wrists and try to bring your palms together, right? Oof, try. Yeah, don't forget about that right leg. I'm sure it's talking to you. Stay here. Okay, maybe you're in full eagle arms, you're hugging, or you're in that variation that works for you. Inhale, let's straighten out that right leg, give it a quick break. And exhale, bend back down. Inhale, lift your eyes towards the ceiling, lift the arms towards the ceiling. And exhale, we're gonna bow forward. Take that right shoulder inside the right knee. Let the crown of the head melt down towards the floor. Holding for 3. Humble warrior 2. And 1. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, square the hips, lift the back heel up. Inhale, shift your weight to the right foot. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. Oh, my right leg is shaking. And exhale, unwind the arms. Roll that out. I'm going to come back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Other side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Here we are back in that Tadasana. Let's see if we can find that proper engagement, starting with the feet, moving up through the shins, inner thighs strong, rotating in and back, low belly lifted, front ribs closed, upper back engaged, chin slides back, lengthen through the back of the neck. Nice and strong and engaged, flip those palms out, inhale, arms up overhead. Shift your weight to the left foot. Inhale, right knee comes up. Find the engagement, find the energy through the foot, either flexed or pointed, whichever feels best for you today. Holding, belly nice and strong, knees lifted as high as it can without lifting that right hip. Holding for 3, 2, And 1, hands to heart center, inhale. Exhale, start to bend into that left leg, tipping the chest at a 45-degree angle. Keep bending, lifting in that right knee. Belly strong. We're gonna eventually end up with 2 knees side by side and your chest nice and long and straight. Inhale, holding 3. Left leg shaking, 2. And 1, stretch the right leg back. Big stretch, inhale. Stretch the toes down. Reach those arms back like airplanes. Palms point down, upper back engaged, belly's lifting up and away from that front thigh, holding for 3. Adjust your stance if you need to, 2. 1 more. Keep the back nice and strong. Turn the head, turn the chest to the left, right arm down, left arm up. Find that twist, holding 3. Shoulders away from the ears, 2. Crown of the head points straight forward, last 1. Reach the left fingertips towards the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fingers down. Catch the block. Slide it as far forward as it will go. Shift your weight into the left foot. Float the right leg up. Now you're going to turn that right leg and foot out so all 5 toes point towards the side wall. Eventually, right hip stacks over left. And then working towards the arms stacked as well. Right arm up, left arm down. Eyes can be down on the floor. Maybe start to go towards the side wall. Maybe even all the way up towards that top hand. Belly strong, holding 3. 2. Holding in this beautiful Ardha Chandrasana. Last 1. Right hand comes onto the hips. Let's see if we can be more graceful this time. Bending into that left leg nice and deep. Whoop, big step back into warrior 2. That was a little better. Adjust your stance. Front shin straight up and down. Knees right over the ankle. Knee is also starting to try to drift to the left. So a lot of us have a tendency to let that knee buckle in. See if you can engage the left outer hip and pull that knee back towards the long side of the mat behind you. Settle in. Arms long and strong. Legs even stronger. Supporting your whole body weight here. 1 more breath. Neutralize the neck. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to find that variation that works for you. You're going to maybe use a hug. Maybe the forearms touch. Maybe the elbows cross. And maybe also the wrists cross. Now, we held here for a while last time, so we're not getting out of it this time too. Breathe, sit nice and low. Draw the belly up and in. 1 more breath. Yogi breaths are always longer than actual breaths, so hang in there. Quick straighten out of that left leg. Give it a breather. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, take the chest up, the gaze up, the eyes up. Exhale, bow forward. Left shoulder comes inside that left knee. Crown of the head reaches down towards the ground. Rounding into the back here. Nice deep stretch into that left hip. Maybe a little challenging on that left thigh. And by maybe, I mean definitely, for me at least. 1 more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Square the hips, spin the back heel up. Here we go. Exhale, power through that left leg. Oof, come all the way up to stand. Unwind the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center and down by your side. Maybe working with a nice sweat. Maybe recognizing the heart rate. Always coming back to the breath. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center and down by your side. Back in that strong, engaged mountain pose. Tadasana here, right? Feet, shins, thighs, belly, back, neck. Turn the palms out, moving a little quicker this time. Inhale, arms up. Shift your weight to the right foot. Exhale, left knee to the chest. 2 breaths here, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend deep into that right leg. Chest comes forward 45 degrees, 2 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Grab a hold of those blocks, slide them back with you as you step back. Nice deep lunge. Float the arms back, palms facing down, airplane arms. 2 breaths, inhaling. Strengthen that back leg. Exhaling, sink a little lower. 1 more, inhale, pull the right hip back, square those hips. Exhale, engage the left inner thigh, right inner thigh. Keeping that upper back engaged, left arm down, right arm up, inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale. Reach the right fingertips to the back of the mat, inhale. Exhale, catch that block, slide it forward. Float the left leg up, shift the weight forward. Inhale, open up, half moon. Not quite as long this time, try to make it just as strong. Soft bend into the right knee. Big step back with the left foot. Warrior 2, 2 breaths. Inhale, find your variation. Hug, arms, or eagle arms twisted. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow forward. 2 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, square the hips. Lift the back heel. Exhale, power forward. Unwind the arms, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right into the other side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, right knee to the chest. 2 breaths. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend into the left leg, send the chest forward. 45-degree angle with the chest. Nice deep bend into that left leg. Extend the right leg back, inhale. Exhale, toes down. Float the arms straight back this time, holding here, 3. Bend into the left leg. Keep the upper back nice and strong. Right arm down, left arm up, twist. 2 breaths. Reach the left fingertips back, inhale. Catch that block, exhale, slide it forward, float the right leg up, open up, half moon. 2 breaths. Bend into the left leg, big, smooth step back, inhale. Exhale, settle in. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Hug the arms, inhale. Or find your variation, exhale, sink in. Inhale, take the gaze up, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. 2 breaths. Humble warrior. Halfway lift, inhale, square the shoulders, square the hips, spin the back heel up. Breathe here. On your next exhale, power forward. Unwind the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, here we go, right into it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left knee up. Just 1 breath this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, knees come side by side, chest comes down. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, toes down. Reach the fingertips back, palms down. Inhale. Exhale, twist the chest. Inhale, reach the fingertips back. Exhale, right hand reaches forward for the block. Slide forward, half moon. Just one breath here. Inhale, bend into the front leg. Exhale, big step back, warrior two. Inhale, find that variation with your arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, square the shoulders, square the hips. This time, exhale, knee to chest. Come all the way up. You can do it. Inhale, cross at the thighs. Maybe that left foot comes behind the right calf. It's easy to get twisted with which is right and which is left here. Sitting down nice and strong in eagle posture, holding one more breath. Unwind the legs, unwind the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, best one yet, strongest one. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right knee to the chest. One breath. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend into the left leg, chest comes forward. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Exhale, tap the toes down, lunge. Inhale, airplane the arms, palms down. Exhale, twist, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reach the left fingertips back. Exhale, down, forward and up into half moon. One breath here. Inhale, bend into the left leg. Exhale, big step back. Inhale, find your arm variation. Lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. One breath here. Inhale, halfway lift. Square the shoulders, square the hips. Lift the back heel. Exhale, come on, you can do it. Knee to the chest, power up. Cross of the thighs. Inhale, bend deep into the left leg. Find eagle on the other side. Now, one side might feel different than the other. Definitely does on me. My hips are uneven. That's all that means. Just breathe into it and know that you're doing the best you can for your body every day. After all, the body does it for us, right? You gotta repay it every once in a while. One more breath. Uncross the legs, uncross the arms, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You made it through the sequence. Congratulations, good job. Take a deep breath. Just take a moment to feel proud, feel good, regardless of how it looked or what you did to get there. You got there. You're here. Take a deep breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big step to the back of the mat with the left foot. I'm going to heel toe this right foot till it comes outside the right hand. Now, if you got those wrist injuries, right, fists are good here. You can always use the blocks to take a little pressure off the hands and put more weight into the legs. Find what feels good for you. You can even, if it feels good for you, turn the toes out to the side and come down onto forearms. Breathing here for 3, 2. Finding your version of lizard lunge. If the back knee feels better to come down, go for it. Coming back up onto fingertips, lift the chest, inhale. Lift the back knee if it was down. Now you're going to heel toe that right foot all the way over to the left side of the mat and lower the right knee down into pigeon. Now, the pigeon's going to look a little bit different on everybody. Most important thing to mention is that the knee should be further out to the right than the hip. So we don't want the knee and the hip to be in line like this, right? We want to try to pull the body over to the left so that the knee is out. Now, hips might be nice and high. That's okay. Yeah, or maybe you're starting to melt down towards the mat since we're probably pretty warm. If it feels good for you, you can come down onto forearms. Come down onto that block if you have it handy. Find what works for you. Oh, that feels so good. Stretching into that right hip. I also have pretty tight hip flexors, so I feel it in my left hip flexor as well. You might feel it completely somewhere else, and that's all good. One more breath. When you're ready, if you have a block in front of you, move it to the side. Plant the hands or use the fingertips. Tuck the back toes. We're going to come to all fours. Shake out those hips. If it feels good, maybe moving through a cat-cow. Maybe quickly stretching back into child's pose. Oh. And take the right foot, step it between the legs, between the hands, not between the legs. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, inhale. Exhale. Big step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. Inhale, arms up, palms touch, maybe a back bend at the top this time. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Almost done, guys. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, big step to the back of the mat with the right foot. Left foot this time wiggles its way out to the left side of the mat. Maybe keeping that foot parallel and the knee pulled in if that feels good. Or turning the left toes out to the side and then maybe coming down onto forearms. Or if you have that block handy, you can always come down onto the block too. Maybe the back knee comes down. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, come back up onto the hands. Lift the back knee, and then wiggle that left foot all the way over to the right side of the mat for pigeon. Oh, this is my tighter side. Right, so again, just trying to make sure that knee is outside the left hip. You can see me from there, right? Try your very best to keep those 2 hips square side by side. Right leg is straight behind you. Take a peek over the right shoulder. Make sure that right leg's back. And then maybe coming down onto forearms and lowering the chest if that feels good. Breathing here for 3. Again, if you like to stay longer in any of these postures, you can always pause me. Stay here as long as you'd like. One more breath. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Lift the chest. Slide the right leg in enough so that you can slide the left leg back. Into all fours. Shake out those hips. Maybe move through a cat-cow. Maybe come back to child's pose. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Come all the way up to a seat. Take your hips to one side and swing those legs around. One last forward fold. Then we're going to twist and go into a well-deserving Shavasana. Flex the feet, back of the knees. I'm going to try to press towards the mat, right? But you don't want to lift the heels up off the floor. So heels still grounded down, legs nice and strong. Hands behind your back, sit up nice and tall. Now you want to feel your sits bones here. Try not to be rounded through the back. Now if this is a stretch on your hamstrings, stay right here. If you can keep the back lifted and reach the arms up towards the ceiling, let's hang here. If this makes your back round, just bring those hands behind your back and stay there. If you want to take it a little further, inhale. Exhale, walk those hands forward or stretch the arms forward and fold. 3 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. I'm going to try to lead with the chest here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, come all the way up to a seat. Exhale, bend into that right leg, sit up nice and tall. Left hand hugs the right knee, right arm up, inhale. And exhale, twist. Right arm behind you, twist. See if you can take the chin all the way towards that right shoulder. Maybe that left hand stays where it is, or the elbow comes outside the knee. You can find a little bit of a deeper twist here. One more breath. Inhale, square the shoulders. Exhale, extend that right leg long. Left side. Inhale, bend at the left knee. Right arm gives that leg a hug. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, hand behind you, twist. Stay there with the right arm hugging the left knee, or take that right elbow outside and twist. Deep breaths into the belly. Still strong through that right leg. Inhale, neutralize the spine. Exhale, extend those legs long. I'm just going to scooch forward so that my feet are about at the end of my mat. I'm going to open them up just a little bit, stretch the arms forward, plug the shoulders back. I'm going to really try to find the whole spine here. So feeling the sits bones, and then tucking just the low belly, like pulling the navel towards the spine, rolling off those sits bones, and see if you can find the tailbone. And then once you find the tailbone, maybe moving towards the sacrum. It gets a little flatter. You can always bend the knees slightly if you need to here. Keep moving as slowly as you can, rounding through the spine. Find that low back. It's the hardest one to find. Try to find the low back before you find the mid back. Oh, there it is. I'm going to bend my knees just a little bit. And I find my thoracic spine. Whew. Rolling up towards the shoulder blades. And then releasing the head. Arms down by your side. That should feel good. Now allowing Shavasana to be just a resting pose. Right? So move and wiggle, get your fidgets out if you need to. And then just allow the body to be. Palms rotate up towards the ceiling. Feet naturally start to splay out, fall outward. Belly rising up and down with your breath. Allowing the legs to be supported by the floor. Melting the upper back and the back of the neck into the mat. Arms relaxed. Releasing tension that you might be holding in the jaw or on the forehead. Relaxing the small muscles behind the eyes. Finding 3 deep breaths here. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Give me a pause. And then come out on your own, or maybe start to bring your awareness back to your mat, back to your surroundings. Maybe starting to make small movements of the fingers and toes. I like to circle my wrists and ankles. On an inhale, stretch the arms up nice and long. Stretch like you just woke up this morning. Maybe you did just wake up this morning. Exhale, hug the knees into your chest. Oh. Rock side to side. When you're ready, roll over onto your right side. And use your arms to help yourself up to a seat. And any place that's comfortable for you here, keep the gaze soft or maybe even the eyes closed. Bring the hands together at heart center, pressing the palms into one another and the thumbs into the chest. Noticing maybe if you feel differently than when you started. Noticing the effects of your deep breathing. And your physical practice. Take a moment of gratitude for your body and all it does for you every day. And then take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for recognizing that and for giving back to it. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.